Hi and welcome. In this video, we are going to discuss about prime time question, June prime time question, lowest remaining space. Fine. So given a cylinder of height h and n disk of certain heights, you have to put some of the disks or all of it if possible in the cylinder such that the space left is minimum possible. Fine. So we are given a cylinder of certain height h, fine, and we are given n disks. Okay. Now each n disk is nothing but also of a certain height, so that height is given to us in a height array. Fine. And what we have to do is we have to put those n disks in this particular cylinder, and we need to know how many disks can we put such that the space remaining should be as minimum as possible. After putting the n disks, the space remaining should be as minimum as possible. We can also put all the disks, fine, if the test case allows us to. Now radii of all the disks and the cylinder are equal, and the disk plate should be completely inside the cylinder. So there should not be something like this. So it should be completely inside the cylinder. It should not be outside it. Fine. We need to print the minimum number of. So we need to find the minimum possible space after placing all the disks. Fine. So if we have this particular array, that is nothing but 5, 10. 5 is nothing but number of disks we have, and 10 is the height of the cylinder, and then we are given 5 disks and the height of these 5 disks. Fine. Now we need to know whether 2 will go or not. This cylinder disk 1 will go or not, whether this 2 will go or not. Okay, 3 will go or not, 4 will go or not, 5 will go or not. Inside this particular cylinder, how many disks can go such that we get the minimum possible space. Fine. So if height is 2, we can have a disk of height 2 and a disk of height 7. 7 plus 2 is 9, and the space remaining will be 1. Or we can have a disk of 2, a disk of 2, and a disk of 5. So we have 5 plus 2, 7 plus 2, 9. Again, a height of space remaining is of 1. Total 10. 10 minus 9 is 1. We can put 7 plus 2 is 9. 5 plus 2 is 7. So height will remain 3. So we cannot do that. So I think 1 is the answer for this particular question, and we will see about it. So n value is nothing but 20. So since n value is just 20, can't we simply do all the possibilities in this particular question? Just n is small, n is constrained, so we can do all the possibilities in this particular question, correct? So for each disk there is a choice whether we can put it into our cylinder or we cannot put it into our cylinder, and we need to find out all the possibilities and the minimum space left after finding all the possibilities. Fine. So we have a choice in this particular question. Now this is an indication that we can use recursion. For each element we have a choice, and how many elements maximum can we have? 20 elements. So how many choices? 2 to the power 20, and this is well within our range of 1 second, well within 10 to the power of 8. So we can do this question simply by recursion, and this is a very direct, a very straightforward recursion. That means we just have choices. So we can have maximum 2 to the power of 20 as a maximum possible answer. Fine. Sorry, as a maximum possible choices, number of choices. So for the given array, let's do this for the given array. 2, 2, 5, 7, 11. Fine. What is the current height that we are at? Current disk that we put. It is nothing but we have put no disk. So there is nothing but current height is nothing but 0. Now for each index, let's denote it by I. For each index we have a choice whether to put that index value inside our cylinder or not to put that value inside our cylinder. Correct? If we put it, so the height inside our cylinder now is occupied by 2. Fine. If we do not put it, the height is still 0 inside our cylinder. We have put nothing, so there is no occupied of any height. So there is nothing but 0. But if we put it, there is nothing but a 2 height is occupied. Correct? Now here also we have a choice now. Correct? For the next index, so I equals to I plus 1 will happen. Now this I plus 1 index, so we have a choice whether to put this 2 or not put this 2. So that means we simply can put it. So 2 plus 2 will become 4, or not put it. So 2 will remain as 2. Simply here we have a choice for I plus 1. We can put this or we cannot put this. We will not put this. So height will remain 0 and height will remain 2 in this particular case. Fine. Now we can move forward with this for all the possible choices. Now for 4, if we just continue this part, for 4, this is I plus 2, I will increment, 4 plus 5 will become 9. And if we do not put this fifth block 5 height disk, so 4 will remain 4, and similarly here it will become 7, and if we do not put it, it remains 2, and so on here also. Now for 9, if you see for 9, in this particular scenario. So this will simply become I plus 3 here, so 7. So will 7 enters, 9 plus 7 will become 16, but the 16 here is greater than the maximum height of our cylinder, that is nothing but 10. So if this value becomes greater than our maximum height, so in that particular case we can simply return. So we got one base condition, that if my current height is greater than the maximum height that is possible, we can simply return. There is no need to do anything. Fine. And if we do not put it, it becomes 9. Now if we move forward with this, do we have anything else? Yes, we do have I plus 4, that is nothing but 11. So 9 plus 11 is possible? No, it is not possible. We return back, and the second choice was we do not put 11. So we put 11, we do not put 11, so that it was 9. Now do we have anything left? We do not have anything left. So in this particular case, when I value becomes equal to n, that means we do not have anything left. What we can do is we can find the minimum of the current answer that is going on, and the current maximum height minus the current height. Fine. So current height is nothing but 9, maximum height is nothing but 10. So 10 minus 9 will become 1, and this will be stored in the answer. Okay, so since we need the minimum of all the answers, so this is nothing but to get the minimum of all the answers. What is the answer? It is nothing but height, that maximum height allowed minus the current height once we reach I equal to n position. Fine. So there are just two things, just include the current disk, exclude the current disk. This is the choice that we are having, and this is the choice diagram. Okay, and this goes for each and every possibility. Fine. So if you have a 4 here, if you want to continue this, so we have a choice to put it and we have a choice to not include it. Fine. So for this particular scenario, we included I equal to 1, here we included I equal to 2, here we included I equal to 3. So here it is nothing but 4 plus 7, it becomes 11. So we will go back because 11 is greater than 10, and here we will not include 7. Here we will include 11, so 11 plus 4 is 15. So, and here we will not include 11, so it is nothing but 4. So what is the height? It is nothing but 10 minus current height, so it is nothing but 6. Minimum of 6, and the previous one we got, that will be remaining as the answer because 1 is less than 6. Now similarly all the possibilities will work, and we can get all the possibilities, and the minimum of all the possibilities is our answer in this particular question, just because the constraint was 20. So 2 to the power of 20 is fine, is just fine. But a pretty basic recursion question. This can be solved using recursion, I mean. Okay, it can be solved using loop as well, but just because there are choices, so just think that, and the constraints are small, a code will be really small if you just use recursion. So the code will simply be, just write your base conditions. So what is the base condition? If my current height is greater than the total height that I am allowed, so it is nothing but simply return. If my I equal to n, in this particular case, get the minimum answer equals to minimum of answer, comma, the maximum height minus the current height to know how many spaces left, and simply return. Fine. If this is not the scenario, now there are two choices, 2 times the recursion function will be called. Let's say the recursion function is cylinder. Okay, we pass our height array, the maximum height that is allowed. We always increment I plus 1, that is nothing but from the current index we move to the next index. We always do I plus 1, that is nothing but we move from the current index to next index to include or exclude the next disk. If we include the disk, so the current height will be included by height of I. Fine, correct, if we include the disk. Now once the inclusion is done, we will call for the exclusion. So it is nothing but height array will definitely be there, n will definitely be there, I plus 1 is definitely we are doing it, but we are not including the height, and we are done. Simple thing, just call the recursion, just write a recursion function here. We have an array, height array, we have n, we have I, and we have the current height going on with us. Okay, is there anything else required? I don't think there is anything else required. Yes, there is one more thing, the maximum height. Correct. So this h is also there, the maximum height. So the maximum height that we need, include this also. Fine, the maximum height that is needed. Okay, so maximum height that is needed, this also will be included. Fine. So all these things are there, just two base conditions that we are having, and going into the left hand side we are including, and going into the right hand side we are excluding. And it is not a choice, we do need to go to the left hand side also, and we do need to go to the right hand side also. Since we need to go into the both hand side, there is no if else condition. First we go to the left hand side, we include it, then we go to the right hand side, we exclude it. Fine, a pretty direct implementation for the particular question. And this is nothing but what I have shown you. This is if we just run it using the dry run process. Fine, its link will be in the description box. You can see that how to dry run a recursion code. It will be similar to this, just using stack. Fine, we will just get the current heights and we will compare it with our maximum height and nothing else. Fine. So let's see the implementation for this now. I hope you understood it. This was a recursion based implementation for this particular question. I just wanted to explain you this. The reason being, it does not click when to use recursion. So in this particular question there were choices, so whenever there is a choice, there is a chance that recursion will be used. Fine, since we had a choice that we can include a particular disk and we can exclude a particular disk, and the constraints allowed us to use recursion, that is nothing but for each and every possibility we can check, so we used it. Fine, and just a 4 to 5 line code and the question was done. A recursion function is really small, you just need to think how it works. Fine, so let's see the implementation for this particular question. So we are taking NNH as the input, and then we are taking height array as the input, and then we are simply calling our cylinder array, passing the height array, passing the value of n. I is currently 0, that is the starting index. Currently we have no disk, so therefore the current height is nothing but 0, and the maximum height that is possible. Fine. Answer variable is nothing but a global variable. If you do not want to use global variable in C and C++, you can use pointers. Okay, so now this same thing can be converted into Java as well, very simply. So therefore I have just used a global variable here, answer. Fine, so no need to pass it every time. Now it's simple, the base conditions. If current height is greater than the height, then we simply return. If we reach a position where I equal to n, in that particular scenario, answer equals to minimum of answer, comma, the maximum height possible minus the current height. That is nothing but this will give you what is the space remaining. Fine, what is the minimum space remaining. Now this finds us that it will be stored in our answer variable. If these two conditions are not true, that means our base conditions are not true, we have to go to the right hand side. In the right hand side we are including the height, so therefore current height will change, current element will change, and in the left hand side we are excluding it. On the left hand side we are including it, and on the right hand side we are excluding it. So therefore there are nothing but two recursion calls here, left recursion call and a right recursion call. Fine, one for including and one for excluding. Fine, it's very simple, it's very direct. Okay, so this is nothing but our recursion call, and the final answer will be stored in the answer variable, and we are printing the answer variable. Okay, so this is the implementation for the particular question. Thank you.